So here's how I built a seven-figure product, actually multiple seven-figure products over the decades. And I did this all as a one-person business. So I've been building online businesses since the late 90s. I started when I was still a full-time gym teacher, and I was teaching online strength and conditioning. And if you're 50, 60 and over, kind of Gen X adjacent, I really think this is going to tap into your strengths. So here is I don't want to call it a hack, because it's not really a hack. A hack sounds like it's a shortcut, but this is how I've done it. I did this all of these programs were created in one day. So here's what you do, and here's why it works. You are setting up your training, your program, you're taking your information, whatever market you're in, whatever niche you're in, and you're packaging it, you're productizing it, you're putting it in a box. So I did this with someone who ended up buying my site, Strength Coach. We worked together, Mike Boyle, and I came up with a concept years ago. I said, why don't we take this information you're doing and just record a workshop? We'll call it the Functional Strength Coach, and record it. You just do it live in person. Bring some strength coaches there. We'll record the whole thing. We'll bring a camera or two, and then we'll sell it. And we'll sell it for $500 to $1,000. And we did that, and it was a huge hit out of the gate. And in fact, he still does it. Almost 20 years later, he re-records and re-releases it. I don't even know what version they're up to, but it was called Functional Strength Coach, and it worked. And I've done this I did once where I had a workshop. I rented a conference room in a hotel, a little conference room, and there were 12 or 13 people sitting around the room. And Jim Labady and I brought a camera, and we just recorded us standing in front like a PowerPoint presentation. This was old school, talking about marketing for fitness professionals. We recorded it and sold a lot. We packaged it as a DVD and sold a lot of those. I've done that. I actually did one where I taught my email marketing system. I rented a coffee shop. The coffee shop I go to in town here in New Canaan, I paid them money. I closed down the coffee shop. I had people flying from all over. They each paid $1,000 to be in there. So that took care of all of my expense for renting the coffee shop and the camera, and recorded it. And I sold those for $1,000, and I sold thousands of them. Again, the product was created in one day. And here's why I like doing this. I like doing it because, number one, the minute you put a date on the calendar and you book a space, and you could do it. I've done these in my house. Again, I've done them at coffee shops. I've done them in conference rooms. I've done them at gyms. I've done them at hotel. I've done these one-day workshops everywhere. So, but when you put it on a calendar and you say, this is live, this is when I'm recording, and you hire a camera person to come, you're going, you're doing it. Versus saying, well, I'm going to create a quote-unquote online course. And then you spend the next 6 months outlining it. And what am I going to talk about? What video am I going to do? And you start, and you stop, and then you re-edit, and you retake, and you get frustrated. You just never do it. But when you say, I am doing, and you make it known, you put it on social media, you send it to your list, I am recording a one-day workshop about, how to become, how to grow your strength coach business, how to lose weight, how to buy your first house, how to, whatever it is, right? How to start selling at your local supermarket or farmer's market, right? Whatever your core information is, you put it out to the world. I'm doing it at this space. I'm doing it in my house. I'm doing it in my backyard. It's live. You can charge, or you could just invite colleagues to come. But hey, I only have 3 weeks, and come hell or high water, you're getting this thing done and ready, because you're already committing to the camera person, you're committing to the space, and then you go. And it's amazing what happens when you have a deadline and urgency, how you you just get into action mode. And it doesn't have to be a big film production. One event I did recently, the last company I had, Rewind, which was my nutrition company, I used my space, which was my headquarters. It was decorated like an old 80s place. I had arcade machines, and I had one camera guy, and I think I paid $700 for the full shoot. And he had one camera stationary in the back, which was a wide shot, and then he had 2 other cameras on the side. They were just there, and that was it. And I was mic'd up. That was the whole shoot. You didn't have to have a whole crew and a whole cast. It was one person. You could find these people locally. But taking that information, right, and packaging it and reselling it, and when you make it a live event, there's just an energy that's hard to duplicate. It's hard to duplicate online, even with Zoom, even with people looking at you engaged. When you could do it online, there's something magic that happens. And then you create your presentation and your workshop and handouts and overheads and slides, and then you have the videos to sell. I mean, that's it. It is the fastest way that I know to create a high value product or program. Because if people have come and they've attended and I've had people, I did one workshop out of an office, it was with another colleague of mine, and one person paid up to $10,000 between a couple thousand to come and hotel and airfare. So you can legitimately say people have paid up to $10,000 to attend. Now, you're not gonna lie, right? If it's a free event and it's 2 or 3 of your buddies that came, you can't say people paid $10,000 because it's not true. But if people have flown in to attend this workshop, it just has a higher value than, hey, I'm gonna do this Zoom training. You could still do online training, and I still do a ton of online workshops in all different topics and niches and markets. However, nothing beats a live one. And I'm actually thinking about my next one, which I'm looking to do live, and I might actually do it out of my house in the backyard, like around the campfire. I think that'd be kind of cool. So get creative. You can get space for free. You can barter for video services, but packaging up your content, your information, your skills, your hobbies, your passions, and creating a program around it that's a live in-person event, record it, sell it for a premium price, you have $1,000 product. So if you have $1,000 product, again, depending on your market, and now I'm not talking about customer acquisition costs, I'm talking about if you're doing like free social marketing, and over the course of a few years, you have $1,000 product and you sell 1,000 of them, not 1,000,000 of them, 1,000. 1,000. That's $1 million in top line revenue, minus your cost to record the event, which again, might be $1,000, maybe not, but you can make up for that for people if they want to come and pay to attend. So that is, if you're a little bit older too, 50, 60 and up, and you have knowledge and experience and wisdom to share, give it a shot. See how it goes. If you're going to do it, please keep me posted. If you want more of this, if you want more insight, you want me to talk about this even more, just like, subscribe, and make sure, put below in the comments 1K, because I'm going to show how we do this and how we sell and package this information, because then we got to start selling this baby. And you know what? There's more videos coming for you. I'll see you on the next one.